The thick cream envelope felt like a slap across my face. Even before opening it, I knew exactly what it was. The kind of expensive paper reserved for life's grandest moments. Sarah always did have impeccable taste. I'm Piper, and until 10 minutes ago, I thought I was someone's best friend. Another wedding invite? My sister Greta peered over my shoulder as I stood frozen in our shared kitchen. Oh, it's from her. The golden script caught the morning light. Sarah Palmer and Riley Bryant request the honor of your presence. I traced the embossed letters with my finger, remembering all the times Sarah and I had stayed up late, planning our future weddings. She'd always insisted on being my maid of honor. You don't have to go, Greta said softly, squeezing my shoulder. Of course I do. I forced a smile. She's my best friend. Something small clattered onto the counter. A silver USB drive had fallen from the envelope. Curious, I turned it over in my palm. No label, just a tiny heart etched into the metal. Probably wedding photos or something, I muttered, already reaching for my laptop. Sarah loves making everything extra special. The drive clicked into place. A single audio file appeared. Wedding planning, final, MP3. I hit play. Sarah's familiar laugh filled the kitchen. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm finally doing this. There was champagne in her voice. The invites are almost done. Just a few more to go. What about Piper? Another voice. Savannah, one of her bridesmaids. I only pity invited her. She's such a loser. My fingers went numb on the trackpad. I mean, someone has to invite the charity case, right? Sarah continued, giggling. She's been following me around like a lost puppy since college. It's honestly pathetic. The file kept playing, but I couldn't hear it anymore over the roaring in my ears. Piper? Greta's voice seemed far away. Hey, what's wrong? You're white as a sheet. I slammed the laptop shut. Nothing, I'm fine. Bull, what was on that drive? Just, I swallowed hard. Just Sarah being Sarah. Greta reached for the laptop, but I yanked it away. Don't, please. My phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. Did you get my invitation? Can't wait to have my bestie there on my special day. I stared at those little hearts, remembering every secret we'd shared, every tear we'd wiped away, every promise we'd made. 15 years of friendship, and I'd never heard her voice sound so casual, so cruel. My fingers hovered over the RSVP link in her text. One click to decline, one click to walk away with whatever dignity I had left. Instead, I opened my closet and pulled out my suitcase. What are you doing? Greta asked, worry creasing her forehead. I carefully placed the USB drive in my jewelry box. Packing for a wedding. After whatever that was, are you insane? Maybe I was. But as I folded my best dress, the black one Sarah always said made me look almost elegant, I felt eerily calm. You know what Sarah told me when we were 19? I kept my voice steady. She said true friends show up for each other's biggest moments, no matter what. Piper, I'm going to show up, Greta. I met my sister's concerned gaze in the mirror. I'm going to show up exactly the way she deserves. My phone buzzed again. Sarah had sent a video of herself trying on veils. Caption reading, "Help me choose. Need my BFF's opinion." I watched her twirl in pristine white, her smile radiant and false as cubic zirconia. Then I opened my laptop again and played the audio file one more time, letting each word sink in like poison. She's such a loser. I smiled at my reflection and whispered, I'll see you at the altar, bestie. Remember when Sarah accidentally told Jason you were moving abroad? Greta's voice crackled through my phone as I browsed electronic stores online. That wasn't the first time she sabotaged you. I know. I clicked on a sleek Bluetooth speaker, perfect for outdoor events like weddings. Or what about your thesis, the one she presented to the board while you were sick? The memory stung fresh. I'd spent months researching sustainable architecture, only to watch Sarah accept the department award for my work. She'd sworn it was a misunderstanding. Piper? Greta pressed. Don't go there trying to prove something to her. A Facebook notification popped up. Sarah had tagged me in another wedding prep photo. Just picked up my dress with my soul sister. Our Piper can't wait for you to see it. I have to go, I told Greta. Bridesmaid duties? At the bridal boutique, Sarah twirled in layers of white silk. You look so nice today. She smiled, eyes scanning my outfit. That top almost fits you now. Thanks. I adjusted my perfectly tailored blouse. Hey, remember Reginald from college? Sarah's smile tightened. Your little crush? Vaguely. Funny, I just found some old emails. You told him I was engaged when he tried to ask me out senior year. The seamstress pinned Sarah's hem as silence stretched between us. Did I? Sarah laughed airily. God, college was such a blur. Oh, speaking of blasts from the past, is Olive coming to the wedding? Haven't talked to her since. When did you two stop speaking again? Sarah's fingers twisted in her veil. Creative differences. You know how dramatic she could be. Back home, I connected the USB to my speakers. Sarah's voice filled my apartment. She's such a loser. I hit replay again, until I could mimic her exact tone, her precise inflection, until the words lost their sting and became just sounds. Weapons. My phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. It's Reginald. Got your number from Kevin. We should talk about Sarah. I stared at the message, remembering his kind eyes. The coffee dates that never happened, the relationship Sarah had made sure died before it began. Can't talk now, I typed back. Wedding prep. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Finally, be careful. She hasn't changed since college. I opened my laptop and started writing. Dear Sarah, my oldest friend. The first draft of my wedding speech was pure acid. The second was worse. The third made me cry, not from hurt, but from how true every word felt. Greta called again. Found something you should see. She sent a link to an old college newspaper. The headline read, Photography exhibition canceled after privacy concerns. Look who organized it, she said. Sarah's name jumped out at me. So did Olive's, buried in the last paragraph. I remember this, I said slowly. Olive stopped hanging out with us right after. Maybe you should ask her why. I pulled up Sarah's wedding website, scrolling through the guest list. There, near the bottom, Olive Salazar, table 12. My phone buzzed. Another wedding update from Sarah. Final dress fitting. My best friend gave me the best advice. Love you, a Piper. Attached was a photo of us from college graduation. My arm around her shoulders, her hand clutching my thesis folder. Both of us smiling, both of us lying. I opened my closet and pulled out the small speaker I'd bought. It would fit perfectly behind wedding flowers. The range was good. I tested it at the park yesterday, watching strangers jump at sudden voices from nowhere. What are you really doing? Greta's voice was quiet. I looked at my reflection, practicing Sarah's exact tone. I only pity invited her. She's such a loser. Perfect mimicry, just like she'd taught me. I'm going to be there for her biggest moment, I said, sliding the speaker into my bag, just like a best friend should. My phone lit up one last time. Sarah again. Can't sleep. Too excited. Love you, bestie. I saved the voice memo to my phone, named it Wedding Toast, and smiled. The resort lobby sparkled with the same artificial perfection as Sarah's welcome smile. Piper, you made it! She air-kissed my cheek, her diamond ring catching the light. Girls, look who's here. The bridesmaids turned, their matching silk robes rustling. Savannah's eyes widened slightly. Oh, hey, you're the childhood friend, right? Best friend, Sarah corrected, squeezing my shoulder too tight. Since forever. I watched Savannah's face, wondering if she remembered laughing at me in that voice memo. Love the robes, I said, noting how mine was slightly different, cheaper material, wrong shade of pink. We're doing mimosas by the pool, Sarah announced. Piper, you'll join us after you settle in, right? Your room's in the East Wing, the economy section. I wheeled my suitcase across marble floors past crystal chandeliers to a room that faced the parking lot. Inside, I carefully unpacked my speaker, checking its charge. Testing, testing, I whispered, playing the memo through my earbuds. Crystal clear. A knock startled me. Kevin, Sarah's brother, leaned against my doorframe. The charity case got the charity room, huh? Excuse me? He shrugged. Sarah's words, not mine. She's been extra Sarah lately. Shouldn't you be with the groomsmen? Hiding from them, actually. He stepped inside, uninvited. You know it was always you she envied, right? Because people like you love quietly. She has to make everything a show. I kept my face neutral. I should change for the pool. Sure. He paused at the door. Oh, heads up. Olive's here. Early flight. Sarah's already had 3 meltdowns about it. My heart jumped. Olive's here now? Yeah. Looked like she wanted to talk to you, actually. But careful. Sarah's watching everyone like a hawk. By the pool, Sarah held court from a plush lounger, Riley beside her looking sun-drunk and adoring. Babe, tell them about the honeymoon house. I sat at the edge of their circle, recording every interaction in my phone's notes app. Sarah accidentally spills drink on my dress. Savannah keeps calling me Sarah's oldest friend. Bridesmaids exclude me from photo. Sarah mentions my brave career choices. The rehearsal dinner was worse. Sarah clinked her glass every 3 minutes, telling stories about her and Riley's perfect love. I watched Olive across the room, noting how she flinched at Sarah's laugh. Speech time, Sarah announced. Piper, you'll go last, okay? After the important ones. I stood, clutching my phone. For a moment, I considered playing the memo right then, but no, not yet. Instead, I smiled. Sarah's been my best friend since college. She's taught me so much about loyalty. Sarah beamed, missing my tone completely. Riley looked bored. But Olive caught my eye and gave me the smallest nod. Later, as guests filtered out, my phone buzzed. Meet me at the beach bar. Midnight. Olive. I was heading there when Reginald stepped out of the shadows. Careful, Piper. You got that look. What look? Like someone about to burn it all down. He studied me. Need backup? I thought of all the coffee dates we never had. I've got this. Sure. He handed me a room key. But if you need somewhere to hide the body. The beach bar was empty except for Olive, nursing something dark and neat. She didn't look up as I sat down. I saw your face during her speech, she said quietly. You know, don't you? About what? About who Sarah really is. Olive's fingers trembled on her glass. Did she send you anything unusual with the invitation? My hand went to my phone where the voice memo waited. Why? Because. Olive took a deep breath. I need to show you something about what she did to me, and I think you're finally ready to see it. Through the windows, I could see Sarah on the terrace practicing her vows alone in the moonlight. She looked almost vulnerable, almost real. Olive pulled out her own phone. Before you decide what to do tomorrow, there's something you need to hear. I leaned forward, my own revenge temporarily forgotten. I'm listening. Remember the photography exhibition that got canceled? Olive's hand shook as she pulled up old emails on her phone. Sarah didn't just shut it down, she destroyed me. The beach bar's dim lights cast shadows across Olive's face as she showed me the first email. Sarah to the dean, concerned about inappropriate content from student photographer. I was doing a series on body positivity, Olive explained. Private photos, all consensual. Sarah volunteered to model. My stomach turned as Olive scrolled through more emails. Sarah systematically reporting Olive to administration. Sarah leaking photos to campus gossip sites. Sarah spreading rumors about Olive's mental health. But why? I whispered. Because I caught her. Olive's voice hardened. Remember that scholarship she won? The one that got her the internship in Paris? The one that should have been yours. I had proof she plagiarized her submission. When I confronted her, Olive downed her drink. Well, you saw what happened. I lost my exhibition, my reputation, and nearly my degree. My phone buzzed. Sarah sending another wedding photo to the group chat. My perfect day is almost here. She's good at perfect, isn't she? Olive pulled up more evidence. Screenshots of Sarah bragging about destroying Olive's career, emails to galleries blacklisting Olive's work. Every time she needed to climb higher, she stepped on someone's neck. Like my thesis, I murmured. Your what? I told her about the sustainable architecture project. Olive wasn't surprised. Classic Sarah. She did the same to Riley's ex-girlfriend, sabotaged her job interview at Riley's company, then swooped in to comfort him. The bartender gave us a 5-minute warning. Olive leaned closer. I saw you testing that speaker earlier. Whatever you're planning, Riley should know who he's marrying. But, Piper, she grabbed my wrist, be sure this is what you want. Revenge sounds sweet until you taste it. Did you ever get justice? Olive's laugh was bitter. I'm here, aren't I? Watching her perfect day? Sometimes that's enough. No, I stood up. It's not. Outside, the waves crashed against the shore. Sarah was still on the terrace, now crying into her phone. I just want everything perfect, she sobbed. No, Mom, Olive won't ruin anything. I've got it under control. I've got everyone under control. I stepped closer, hidden by shadows. Yes, even Piper. God, she's so pathetically grateful to be included. It's almost too easy. My phone felt heavy in my pocket, the voice memo burning like a loaded gun. You know what's funny? Olive appeared beside me. She keeps all her victims close, like trophies. We're not victims, I said. We're witnesses. Back in my room, I connected my speaker to the phone. Sarah's voice filled the space. I only pity invited her. She's such a loser. Olive winced. When was this? Came with my invitation, her little accident. Jesus! Olive stared at my phone. You're going to play it at the wedding? It wasn't a question. During the vows, I confirmed, when she's promising forever. It'll destroy her. Like she destroyed us? Olive was quiet for a long moment. You know what's scarier than Sarah? The fact that we all kept quiet for so long, protecting her image, doubting ourselves. My phone lit up again, a text from Reginald. Sarah's on the warpath, says Olive's trying to ruin everything. You okay? I should go. Olive stood. Sarah has spies everywhere, but Piper, she hesitated. Whatever you do tomorrow, do it for yourself, not for any of us. After she left, I played the voice memo one more time, but now I heard something new, the sound of champagne glasses in the background, Savannah's enabling laugh, the casual cruelty of it all. Another text buzzed through. Sarah. Pre-wedding breakfast at 7. Can't wait to see my bestie. I looked at my reflection in the dark window. Tomorrow Sarah would stand in white, promising love and honesty. Tomorrow she'd expect me to sit quietly, gratefully in my assigned seat. Tomorrow would be perfect. I checked my speaker's battery one last time and whispered to the empty room, I do. Wedding morning chaos erupted in the bridal suite. Sarah sat like a porcelain doll while her mother fussed with her veil. Everything must be perfect, Talia repeated, shooting daggers at anyone who came too close to the dress. Piper! Sarah's voice trembled. I need you. I approached carefully, noting how her hands shook around her champagne flute. For a moment she looked young, scared, like the girl I'd first met in college. What if I'm making a mistake? She whispered, pulling me aside. What if Sarah, Talia interrupted. The photographer needs you. Piper, make yourself useful and check on the flowers. Perfect timing. I headed to the ceremony space, my bag heavy with the speaker. The altar was a vision of white roses and silk ribbons. No one noticed as I tucked the small device behind the central arrangement. Testing, I breathed into my phone. A tiny red light blinked in response. Quite the setup, isn't it? I spun around. Reginald stood in his groomsman's suit, hands in pockets. Very, Sarah, I managed. You have the eyes of someone on the edge, he said quietly. Don't jump unless the foul's worth it. Before I could respond, Sarah's voice echoed across the garden. Where is everyone? I need my people. Back in the bridal suite, Sarah was having her final makeup touch-up. Piper, thank God. Everyone's being so useless. Deep breaths, I said, watching her reflection. Your perfect day, remember? God, you've always been my safe friend. She grabbed my hand. Never a threat, never competing. That's why we've lasted so long? The words hit like ice water. I thought of Olive's ruined career, my stolen thesis, Reginald's missed connections. You're right, I smiled. I know exactly who I am to you. Sarah, Savannah burst in. Riley's asking about the vows. Did you memorize them? Sarah's face crumpled. I can't remember anything. Piper, help me practice. We stood by the window, Sarah clutching her note cards. Sarah, take you, Riley. My phone buzzed. A message from Olive. Last chance to back out. To be my husband, to have and to hold. Another buzz. Reginald. Whatever you're planning, do it quick. Sarah's brother found something. In sickness and in health. I checked my speaker app. Connected. Ready. Until death do us part. Beautiful, I said. Just like that. Sarah beamed, then frowned at her phone. Why is Kevin texting about USB drives? 15 minutes, Talia announced. Places, everyone. I slipped out as the final preparations began. In the hallway, Kevin appeared suddenly. I know what you're doing, he said. My heart stopped. Good, he continued. About time someone did. The wedding march started. Guests settled into their seats. I watched Sarah make her final checks. Lipstick, veil, smile. Ready? Talia asked her daughter. Perfect, Sarah answered. Everything's perfect. I took my seat near the back, phone ready. The bridal party processed. Riley beamed at the altar. Then Sarah appeared, radiant in white, clutching her father's arm. My finger hovered over the play button. Sarah reached the altar, her practiced smile never wavering. The minister began, Dearly beloved. I watched her mouth the memorized vows, each word precise and meaningless, like all her words had always been. If anyone has reason, these two should not be wed. Olive caught my eye from across the aisle. Reginald shifted uncomfortably among the groomsmen. Kevin gave me the smallest nod. Sarah. Take you, Riley. My phone felt hot in my palm. One press and her perfect day would shatter. One moment to expose 15 years of lies. Sarah's voice cracked with emotion as she promised forever. Tears sparkled in her eyes. Real ones, maybe? The minister smiled. Riley reached for her hands. I do. Sarah whispered. The minister turned to Riley. And do you? I closed my eyes, remembering every betrayal, every fake smile, every calculated cruelty. Then I opened them and watched my best friend's happiest moment. My finger moved. I only pity invited her. She's such a loser. The words exploded across the garden, Sarah's voice crystal clear in the sudden silence. Time froze as Sarah's recorded voice echoed across the garden. I mean, someone has to invite the charity case, right? Riley's hands dropped from Sarah's like they'd burned him. What is this? I. Sarah's mouth opened and closed. I don't. The recording continued mercilessly. She's been following me around like a lost puppy since college. It's honestly pathetic. Savannah's sharp intake of breath cut through the silence. She remembered this conversation. Turn it off, Talia commanded, her voice shrill. Someone turn that off. But the damage was done. Guests shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The minister closed his Bible. And Riley took one step back, then another. Baby, please. Sarah reached for him. I can explain. Can you explain these too? Kevin's voice rang out as he stood. His phone projected onto the white ceremony backdrop. Screenshots, emails, messages, years of Sarah's carefully crafted cruelty displayed in high definition. Olive's ruined exhibition. My stolen thesis. Riley's ex-girlfriend's sabotaged career. Oh, God, someone whispered. Sarah spun around, her white dress whirling like a tornado, her eyes locked on mine, still holding my phone. Understanding dawned in slow motion. You, she breathed, you did this. No, Sarah. I stood slowly. You did this. I just pressed play. Security, Talia screamed. Remove her. Don't bother. Riley's voice was ice. I'm leaving. Riley, wait! Sarah grabbed his arm. She's lying. She's always been jealous of me. Was this a lie? He pointed to the screen, now showing Sarah's messages about his ex. Was ruining Emma's career a lie? Sarah's perfect mask cracked. I did that for us. There is no us. Riley yanked his arm free. The wedding's off. The garden erupted into chaos. Guests stood, phones recording. Bridesmaids scattered. Talia fainted dramatically into her chair. I'll destroy you. Sarah advanced toward me, mascara running down her cheeks. I'll ruin your life like I ruined. She stopped, realizing what she'd admitted. Like you ruined Olive's, I finished quietly, or mine, or everyone else who trusted you. Sarah, her father stepped forward. What have you done? Nothing. She spun around wildly. They're all lying. I'm the victim here. The victim? Olive stood up. Should we show them the photos you leaked, the emails you sent? Or my thesis? I added. The one you presented while I was sick? Or my sister's job interview? Riley's voice was deadly quiet. The one you made sure she failed? Sarah's eyes darted between faces. Her parents' horror, Riley's disgust, the guest phones recording every moment. Her perfect day shattered like a dropped mirror. I did everything right, she screamed. I deserved this. I deserved to be exposed. I held up the USB drive. You sent this yourself, Sarah, with my invitation. The color drained from her face. No, I didn't. Check your sent folder. I smiled sadly. You were probably drunk on champagne, celebrating your perfect engagement. Didn't even notice the drive fell in. Sarah fumbled for her phone, scrolling frantically. The moment she found it played across her face like a slap. Karma, Olive said softly, is just truth with good timing. Riley was already walking away, groomsmen following. Guests began filing out, whispering and recording. Sarah stood alone at the altar, her white dress now stained with mascara tears. Piper, she whispered, suddenly sounding like the girl I'd once known, please. For a moment I almost pitied her. Then I remembered her voice. She's such a loser. Goodbye, Sarah. I turned away. Thanks for inviting me to your special day. You'll regret this, she screamed after me. I'll make you regret this. But her voice was different now, smaller, powerless, the voice of someone whose perfect facade had finally shattered. Reginald fell into step beside me as I walked out. Need a ride? Behind us, Sarah's wails mixed with Talia's demands and the buzz of shocked guests. Phones pinged with uploads and shares. Sarah's perfect moment was going viral, but not how she'd planned. Yeah, I said, not looking back. I think I'm done here. The garden gates closed behind us, cutting off Sarah's screams. Her perfect day was over, and so was our friendship. Reginald's car hadn't made it 10 feet before Sarah burst through the garden gates, her white dress muddy at the hem. Stop! She ran toward us, mascara streaking down her face. You can't leave. You have to let me explain. Reginald's hand tightened on the steering wheel. Should I keep driving? I said quietly. But Sarah slammed her hands on the hood. I made you, she screamed. You were nothing before me, just some quiet nobody that I turned into something. Hotel guests were filming now. Someone whispered, Isn't that the bride from that viral video? Sarah, Talia appeared, trying to pull her daughter back. People are watching. Let them watch, Sarah yanked free. Let them see what she did to me, my perfect day, my perfect life. I stepped out of the car despite Reginald's warning look. Your perfect lie, you mean? Lie? Sarah laughed hysterically. Who got you invited to every important party? Who introduced you to all the right people? Who made you relevant? Who stole my thesis? I kept my voice steady. Who sabotaged every relationship I tried to build? Who sent me this? I played the voice memo again. Sarah lunged for my phone, but Kevin appeared, holding her back. Get off me, she thrashed in his grip. I'll sue you. I'll destroy your career. You'll what? Olive emerged from the crowd. Leak private photos? Spread rumors? Sorry, Sarah, but you can't destroy people who aren't afraid of the truth anymore. The truth? Sarah's laugh turned ugly. The truth is you're all jealous. You always were. Especially you, Piper. Little Mouse Piper. Always in my shadow. Always wanting what I had. No, I shook my head. I wanted my friend back. The one I thought you were before all this. Well, she never existed. Sarah's voice cracked. That perfect friend you wanted, she was a lie too. Happy now? The crowd had grown. Phones recorded every word. Tomorrow this would be another viral moment at the unraveling of Sarah's carefully curated image. Sarah. Riley's voice cut through the chaos. He stood at the garden entrance, best man by his side. It's over. Riley, please. She turned, suddenly soft. I can explain everything. They're twisting it all. I saw the emails, Sarah, about Emma, about everyone. He looked tired. I don't even know who you are. I'm the woman you love. No, he said quietly. You're the woman who destroyed anyone who got in your way, including yourself. Sarah crumpled, her white dress pooling around her like surrendered armor. I did it all for us, she whispered. No, Riley turned away. You did it all for you. Talia finally managed to pull Sarah up. We're leaving, now. But Sarah wrenched free one last time. You'll regret this, she hissed at me. When you're alone with your pathetic little life, you'll wish you'd kept your mouth shut. I stepped closer, close enough to see the cracks in her perfect makeup. I'd rather be alone than be your puppet. Puppet? Her hand shot out fast as a snake, grabbing my wrist. You were my masterpiece. I made you need me. No, I gently removed her hand. You made yourself need control, and now you don't have any. Security finally arrived, guiding Sarah away as she alternated between threats and sobs. The crowd slowly dispersed, phones lowering, whispers fading. Kevin approached, hands in pockets. Took guts. Was it worth it? Reginald asked quietly. I watched Sarah's white dress disappear into a hotel car, her mother still trying to shield her from cameras. 15 years of friendship, manipulation, and lies all ended in a 3-minute voice memo. Ask me tomorrow, I said. Olive touched my arm. Need company? No, I smiled slightly. I think I need to be alone, for real this time. As Reginald drove me away, I caught one last glimpse in the rearview mirror. Sarah standing in the hotel entrance, small and lost without her audience, watching her perfect life scatter like confetti in the wind. My phone buzzed, messages flooding in from old friends, college acquaintances, even strangers. But one caught my eye. Hey, it's Emma, Riley's ex. Thank you for exposing the truth. Dinner sometime? I turned off my phone and looked ahead at the open road. Sometimes burning bridges lights the way forward. The video hit 5 million views, Greta announced, sliding her phone across my kitchen counter. You're officially more viral than that cat who plays piano. I pushed the phone back without looking. Not interested. Really? Because Sarah's definitely interested. Greta pulled up another page. She's giving interviews about being cyberbullied and canceled by jealous friends. Of course she is. I focused on unpacking boxes in my new apartment. Fresh start, new city. My phone buzzed. Another message from Reginald. Dinner? No wedding crashing required. You should say yes. Greta picked up a framed photo of Sarah and me from college. Time to make better memories. The doorbell rang before I could answer. A delivery man held an enormous bouquet. From Riley, the card read, Thank you for saving me from making the biggest mistake of my life. Fancy, Greta whistled. That's like, what, the 5th thank you bouquet? 6, I corrected. Emma sent roses yesterday. My laptop pinged an email from my old university. They were reviewing Sarah's academic history after anonymous tips about plagiarism. They wanted my testimony. Are you going to respond? Greta asked. Already did. I showed her my draft with evidence. Karma's working overtime, she mused. Another ping, a news alert. Sarah's perfect facade was crumbling faster than her makeup had that day. Former victims were speaking out. Old lies were unraveling. I didn't want this, I said quietly. I just wanted her to stop pretending. No, Greta corrected. You wanted her to stop hurting people. Different thing. My phone lit up. Olive sending a link to her new photography exhibition, The Theme, Unmasked, Portraits of Authenticity. You should come, she texted. Your story inspired half these pieces. The doorbell rang again. This time it was Kevin, looking uncomfortable in a suit. Hey, he shifted awkwardly. Sarah's giving another interview tomorrow. Thought you should know. She's planning to spin it as a mental health struggle. Playing victim. Let her, I surprised myself saying. She'll never believe she's the villain anyway. True. He handed me an envelope. Also found these in her things. Thought you might want them back. Inside were my original thesis papers, slightly yellowed but intact. My work, my words, my achievement, no longer hidden in Sarah's shadow. Thanks, I managed. Yeah, well, he shrugged. Some bridges need burning. After he left, Greta examined the thesis. You should submit this properly now, under your name. Already did. I smiled. Got a response this morning. They want me to present at next month's conference. My phone buzzed again. Reginald. Still waiting on that dinner answer? Say yes, Greta urged. Life's too short for fake friends and missed chances. I looked around my new space. No photos of Sarah, no pretense, no perfect lies. Just real moments with real people. You know what the weird thing is? I typed my response to Reginald. I actually feel sorry for her now. Why? Because she'll never know what real friendship feels like. She'll always be performing, always controlling, always afraid of being exposed. While you're free, Greta finished. Exactly. My phone lit up with Reginald's reply. Friday at 8. Promise not to record any voice memos. I laughed, actually laughed, for what felt like the first time in months. You know, Greta watched me type in my response. Revenge usually leaves people feeling empty, but you seem lighter, I finished, like I can finally breathe. A final notification popped up. Sarah posting another perfectly filtered photo, another carefully crafted caption about growth and forgiveness. I clicked unfollow without hesitation. Ready for dinner? Greta stood. Olive and Emma are meeting us at that new place downtown. I looked at my thesis papers, the fresh flowers, the messages from people who saw me, really saw me, for who I was. Yeah, I smiled, grabbing my keys. I'm ready. As we left, I caught my reflection in the window. No more shadow, no more puppet strings, no more perfect lies. Just me, finally writing my own story. Coming? Greta held the door. I stepped through without looking back. Absolutely.